All right, this was sent into the channel for a review. It is a power supply, and if you remember some videos ago, I attempted a repair of a power supply that blew up on me and failed, so I needed a new power supply. And just by coincidence, Nice Power reached out to me and says, would you like to review any of our power supplies? And I said, yes, indeed. I need one. So you should check out their website, Nice-Power. Go to Amazon or whatever. They offer a whole slew of different types of power supplies. I had high voltage ones and duals and real high current ones, all kinds of stuff. And this is exactly the one that I needed. So I said, send me one of these. Now, the reason I wanted this particular one is the form factor. First of all, it's a vertical, and I wanted that. And it's high current, so I wanted that. This is the model SPPS C1010C, so C3010C. It is 0 to 30 volts and 0 to 10 amps. So I want one grunt power supply on the bench to do things that require a lot of power, and they don't need to be super accurate, but they need to deliver. And so this one's perfect. Now, why did my old power supply go bad? Well, I was charging a battery and it got messed up. Anytime there's reverse voltage into a cheap power supply, you're going to destroy them. So this one's designed to charge batteries. So it's got some protection circuit in it and everything. It's even got a battery button on the front, and I'll show you what the battery button does. So that's pretty cool. Let's put some power on it so we get a display. Now in the back, it's just a fuse and a connector fan. I like that it has the power switch on the front. That's really valuable to me. When it's in your rack, it's hard to reach behind. So we will press the power button, and it's got some nice displays. And it's the kind where you click to get which digit you want, and then you can change it from there. I don't know if you can turn off the beeper or not, but it's constant voltage, constant current. This overcurrent protection, you can set that. There's the output on and off. Then this battery button we'll talk about. So voltage, current, power. And then this is nice too. I like this, where you have a USB-C and a USB-A quick charge ports right on the front. And I use those all the time. My old power supply had that as well. So I need that replaced. So this works out great. Now, so it's battery capable. So here's a battery. This battery died on me the other day, but it still has some oomph in it. It's a 12 volt lead acid, 12 volts, 7.2 amp hours. Unfortunately, it's only testing at about 2.5 amp hours now, so it's a little bit sick. So I bought a new one for the thing that goes in, and this is just kind of left over. Now, it gives you some things here. If you're just going to float, you can go 13.6 to 13.8 volts constant voltage and charge it. Or if you want to cycle it, you can take the voltage up to 14.6 to 14.8, but current limit it to 2.1 amps. So we will set that here. We'll set 13.6. So a little obnoxious here. Sorry. 13.6. Okay, so now we're set to 13.6, 2.1 amps. And we are off currently. All right. So it comes with some cords. So we'll go ahead and use their cords. It has the spacing. It's not 3/4 of an inch spacing, so you can complain about that. So we will stick this on the battery to do some charging. All right. Let me lower down so you can see the display better. All right, so I'm going to press the battery button, and we get a yellow, solid yellow. If it flashes, it's a short circuit. I think we can demo that. Let's see here. If I have a short circuit, yeah, see it flashes. Oh, here, my hands are out of the way. Short circuit, it's flashing, so you know something's wrong. Or if it's hooked up backwards, it'll tell you that as well. So it protects itself. So we'll turn that back on. We get a solid yellow, so we're ready to go. Our conditions are correct. So we're going to turn on the output, okay? And the battery will stay lit. So if everything's working good, we get a solid yellow. And the way this works is once we reach the voltage that we are intending, 13.6, it will let us know that you've reached it. The battery indicator will go green, and then it will shut itself off. It'll disconnect itself from the battery. So let's go ahead and set 13.5 just so we don't have to wait very long. So here's 13.4, 0.8 amps. So it will take a while to get up there. But like I said, once it gets up there, then it will shut off shut itself off and tell you that it made it where it was supposed to go. All right. It also comes with some heavy-duty copper, probably copper-plated connections, so you can use those instead of the little clips here. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and read the user manual. All right. Let's turn this off for a second. It says if you press the output button, let's see here, if you press this for 3 seconds, it quiets it down. We don't have that annoying beeper anymore. Very nice. Very, very nice. So now we got rid of that. And if you hold it down for even longer, then it goes into the overvoltage protection. You can set it things. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty simple little supply, but it has this cool feature for the battery stuff. And I have used it already. I have set it up, and it does go up to its rated voltage, and when it gets there, you will get the green light, and it works great. All right. So when you're at high, above 10 volts, you're getting 2 decimal places. But when you go down, you get 3 decimal places. So here's 5.000. Oh, that's pretty accurate. But if you look over there, it's 30 millivolts off, so 30.03. So this isn't terribly accurate. It's nice that there's a lot of digits there, but don't rely on this being a real accurate meter. Let's go to 730. Let's go to 3 volts. Takes a while for it to come down. 326, and we'll go to 10. 1030. Yeah, there seems to be a 30 microvolt offset right now. And then, let's go ahead and take it all the way up here. 30 volts. Yeah, it's always a 30 microvolt offset in this thing. All right, well, the top comes off real easy, and there's just a single PC board, a little fan, heat sink. Not a very big heat sink for what it's doing here. Let's take a look at the grounding here. Where's the grounding going? Okay, the grounding goes from a wire to the PC board, okay, and solders onto the PC board. There's also a little bracket on the PC board that then connects with this screw, and there's a little bit of paint out here, but I think it's probably, we'll test it, I think it's probably making contact. I would have liked to see them scrape off a little bit of that paint there. Yeah, see. Oh, wait a minute. All right, so let's see if it's contacting. And yeah, it is. So it is going to the chassis, although I would like to have seen that a little bit better. Let's see what else is going on here. I don't know. Everything else looks pretty tidy inside. no complaints there. Everything looks like it's well made. Do they use any brand name capacitors? I'm sure they don't, or ones that I don't. Well, I do recognize these Chang capacitor. I've seen them before. I don't know what quality level they are. I mean, it's all made in China, right? So comment below if you think those are good caps. There's some inrush. There's a filter here. There's a capacitor inductor filter coming in on the AC supply. It's both sides, so double. And then there's an inrush current protection here. So that's all good to see. There's a big current shunt here. The big relay for the on-off on the output. Yeah, I have no complaints. Okay, well that was my review of the DC power supply from Nice Power, their battery charging version. They have two versions of this. One is 0 to 30 volts 10 amps, and one is 0 to 60 volts 5 amps, I believe. I wanted the lower version, higher amp one. But like I said, they make tons of different types of power supplies. So yeah, go check them out and see which one is right for you.